and welcome to ID Creatures. In this video I'm going to be doing a little demo on thumbnail sketching, which is basically drawing a bunch of rough sketches before you do a nicer one. You probably see a lot of fancy looking car sketches and product sketches on the internet, and you probably think, how do people do that in one go? Well, they usually don't. And usually they would do a bunch of rough sketches beforehand and then develop it into a nicer sketch. So what I like to do before I start sketching something nicer is basically fill a page with ideas on finding the form of the object I'm trying to draw. So just figure out what it's going to look like before I actually draw a nicer version of it. So in this demo I'm going to draw a bunch of alarm clocks, just something simple to demonstrate thumbnail sketching. So you don't have to worry about being too neat. Basically all you're trying to do is find a rough form that you want to develop further. So each of these sketches should take you about less than a minute. So let's say this is an alarm clock radio with a tuning knob. And some speaker lines here. So you can still do a little bit of shading and a little bit of line weight, but don't spend too much time on these sketches. They're just rough ideas. Let's say I do one that's a little crazy, and you basically tip it over to get it to snooze. So there's like a little slot here for you to kind of flick it. So I'm actually being pretty messy here. I'm not really caring if my lines are going all over the place. But that's okay, because no one's really going to see these except you. All you have to do is make sure you find a form that you want to develop. I'm just going to use the same time for every alarm clock, just to be quick. So let's say this is a radio too, it's got some tuning thing. Maybe it's got buttons up top, which you can't really see right now. Maybe it's got buttons here. Who knows? This one needs some buttons too, it seems. So this is a giant snooze. Snooze switch up here. Let's do another funky one. Maybe this one sits around like a seesaw on your bed, just on your bedside table. It just kind of tips around. There's another knob here for some tuning, I guess. And maybe some buttons up here. time again. Some other info. And let's try round one. Something like that. Maybe this one has a giant snooze button up here too. And the time is here. It's kind of like a lava lamp, I guess. Put the buttons down here. Maybe it's kind of funky and it has a antenna handle. So it's actually kind of more like a gas lamp. So let's do one that looks kind of more like a pyramid. Maybe the time is displayed vertically. Like that. Quick way to show a screen is just to stroke 2 lines across it. Shows kind of a reflection. So back to this one. Maybe this one has a light up top. So let's do some light lines. Maybe this one has a button here and a button here. And the light switch maybe is here. Here's another one. It's kind of racy. It's a side view. It's kind of like swishing past. It's kind of like a fast alarm clock. Maybe it has some kind of cool lever mechanism. And maybe a tuning knob here. So obviously these aren't great ideas, but I'm just trying to demonstrate how you can quickly sketch out a whole bunch of ideas. Just generally how I start every project ideation phase. Just draw as many ideas as possible. So I'm going to stop here. Ordinarily I would fill this whole page, but that could get a little boring for the people watching this. So in the next video I think I'm going to highlight some of these and bring them out a bit to develop into the next phase.